Ow, wait a minute. Hi. Hold on, I need to put my mic on. I forgot about the mic. I haven't done this in so long. Sorry guys, this is gonna take me a second. Hi. Hi, how is everybody? Can y'all hear me? I'm trying to put my mic on. I'm good, how are you? Can you hear me? How is everyone? I don't know why they restricted your message. Hi, Wanda, how are you? Hi, Tiffany, how are you? I know it's been forever. It's been forever, right? It's good to see. I know, a long time. Long time. Hi, Cynthia, how are you? I just spoke to Cynthia earlier. How is everyone? Hello. Hi, Karen. I'm just kind of waiting for everybody to get in here. Um, I'm doing it on my phone again. I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong because I never used to do it on my phone. But I'm making myself do it on my phone and not on my studio stuff so that I don't get too Virgo about it. Or I should say, David's making me do it that way. So, how is everyone? Did y'all have a good day? Yeah. Yeah, it is crazy out there. We've got a lot of planets that are like changing direct, going direct. We've been in retrogrades. The summertime is the one where it's really bad, all the retrogrades. But yeah, we're still working together. There he is. Yeah, we're still working together. David's just, I guess all my Aquarians, I know them for a long time. Just a long time. Just a long time. Well, I just wanted to come on here and say hi, and talk and see what's going on. Let's have some coffee together. Yeah. Yeah, I did a live the other night, so I just wanted to come back on. I won't be doing videos, but I'll be doing lives. So, and I just kind of wanted to connect with the group, see how everyone's doing, see if I can answer any questions, give you some new perspectives. I did say that on my last live that I opened up my services to just one service. I've been doing Dolores Cannon's QHHT hypnosis. So um, with that, I don't do that online. I have them come in. So, but I decided to open up for online to do just one service. So if you wanted to come see me, let's have a talk. And whatever kind of comes out, comes out. If it's tarot, if it's astrology, if it's mediumship, whatever kind of, kind of want to have two people, you and me, two souls connecting, talking. We'll see what spirit has, see what your higher self has, um, and kind of get you moving and get you some focus and get you some relaxation and get your bodies to be better, you know? So David can put up my website in the chat, but I will let you know in case you're watching this later. It's Simply Cindy with an I for Cindy, CINDI.com. And I'll put it later in the regular chat, but this is just for people who are like, they see it later because they can't see the chat going on. There it is. Excuse me. And then also, before I forget, Cynthia B. I know, right? I love that song too. For Cynthia B, she has Reiki that she's doing online, so distance Reiki, and that's just $40. Like it's $40. If you've got some stagnant energy, you need a part of you that needs to get healed, you know, then I would contact her. David can put her email back up again. It's Garcia1113.cb@gmail. So yeah, she's really, really good. Like, she's good. I've had her, so like, she's really good at clearing energy and helping you and kind of giving you some relaxation, yeah, and some healing. And if you wanted to come see me with hypnosis, that's a whole different thing. That I don't do online. That you have to come in and see me. I know we're in the middle of this big thing, um, so you know, and that takes all day. That will take me about 5 to 7 hours, you and me. But it will change your life. It will. It absolutely will change your life. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Again, I haven't been on YouTube in forever, so they're probably not going to push this out. But I do want to give everybody a chance to kind of see me, answer any questions. I may pull some cards, may do some astrology. Yeah, that's what Cynthia told me, that Periscope finally shut down. A lot of people were watching my old stuff, but that's kind of what I want to do here. I want to do it here on YouTube. We had some really good Periscopes, but I want to do that here with the lives, because we had some really good, insightful stuff. Like, we had some really good vibes going there. But yeah, Cynthia told me they finally shut it down. I hadn't done it in years, so that everybody was watching my old stuff. But I'd like to do that here on YouTube. Just a nice, relaxing, hey, hi Cindy, how are you? Just a nice, relaxing way to give y'all some ease, to let you know that you're okay. And I don't know where everybody's at. I don't know if, like, no, I haven't talked to her in years. Like, I haven't talked to her since she left, since she went away. They took off. Yeah, I haven't talked to her in years. I haven't seen Teresa in a while. But what I was saying was that if I don't know where the group's at, I know that a lot of people are having trouble with their love life or just shovel driveway. So this is more relaxing. Hi. Hi, Cindy. I've been so worried about you and overjoyed. Oh, sorry. Overjoyed to see and hear you're doing well. I'm doing great. I am doing really good. Yeah. Oh, no. You know what? I never think it's somebody else. I always think, okay, what do I need to learn from this, right? What do I need to grow in? What am I trying to understand? So, I didn't take that as offensive. The Aquarians around me took it as offensive, but I didn't take it as offensive. Because, you know, Aquarian and Scorpios, my Scorpios, my Scorpios are like, don't mess with me. The Scorpios that love me, like, they protect me. They protect me, protect me. They're vicious. They're vicious. Would really love to come see you, but not sure where you're. Oh, you know what? I never say where I'm located. So y'all know, a lot of y'all know I'm in San Diego. I've been in San Diego. Yeah, this is my home. I'm from Texas. I'm from Houston, Texas, right? But my late husband was military, so I've lived all over the world. But we would always come to San Diego, and San Diego is my home. So San Diego is where I'm at. I've had plenty of clients. I'm amazed that people would come from out of the country to see me or take a flight to see me, but they have. So I'm glad and I'm honored when they do that. It's amazing. And it does change your life. It really does. It's the reason I went ahead and did, because I have different hypnosis techniques over the years that I, got certified in or did whatever. Thank you. He's my baby. I love him. He's my baby, my grandchild. He's my baby. I love him so much. Yeah. At first I was mad because I was like, I don't want to be a grandmother. Yeah, I don't want to be a grandma. I look too good to be a grandma. But then I realized All the grandmas nowadays look good. So I was like, okay, we can do this. No, I love him. He's my baby. Yeah. Oh, I love him. He's precious. He's just so loving and so open and so, yeah. He was something that I wanted and needed in my life. Yeah. Yeah, and I got to spend 2 years with him. Now my daughter has gone with her fiance, and they're putting their life together. They're becoming their little family unit. So, yeah, I'm happy about that. But I'm glad I got to do it during the time of, our shutdowns, and because I would have been really like not in a good mood had I had to have a shutdown and all that without my grandbaby, right? So I was very blessed to have them in my house and, in our house, in my house. But now it's just me. It's just me, and I'm having a good time. I love being alone. You haven't changed since I first started watching you. Glad everyone's great. No, I really have. I have gray hair. I don't color my hair. I've gotten older. I missed your last live, but watch the replay. I'm glad you got to see it. I'm glad. Yeah. I want to see how everybody else is doing. Like, y'all know how I'm doing. I was trying to be really open about how I'm doing because, that Aquarian side wants to keep everything like over here, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know what? Everybody in my generation looks really, really good. Everybody, yeah, yeah. Well, that's spirit. That's kind of my higher self. Yeah. But everybody in my generation looks really, really good. And I love all the generations. I love my millennials. I love my Gen Zs. I love them all. I love them all. They all have something to teach us. They all have something. I love my boomers. Love them all. They all have something to teach us. They all have something to say, and we should listen. We may not understand, and we may think that they're like, what? What is going on? But you have to understand because they're trying to show us. They're trying to show us in their way, right? So we have to be really understanding. You're never, no, I really am not. I really am not. I'm never alone. I'm not. But I love to there's something about like when you want quiet time, it's quiet. And if there's dishes in the sink, they're yours. And, if anything's messed up, you did it. And where you put stuff, it stays. That's the Virgo side of me, right? Like, yeah. How do we share this? David, can you show them how to share this? I think it's those three buttons on the bottom corner or on your screen. If you press it, and a screen will come up. Yeah. No, I am enjoying it, and I know that somebody's going to be coming in for me soon. I don't know how soon, but soon. So I'm kind of enjoying my time because, I'm not meant to be alone forever, right? But I'm enjoying my time alone because I know that there's going to be a partner at some point. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit because everybody's so worried about why isn't there people to date? What's going on with the dating scene? What's all that about? And that's about us learning to love ourselves. Yeah. It's about, yeah, it's like crazy out there because it's not the time to date. It really isn't. It's the time to date yourself. It's the time to understand yourself. Got to press the X button on the like check, then click the share arrow icon. That's to share. Okay. Thank you guys for sharing. I really appreciate it. Yeah. But yeah, like we've been working on this for a while, my group, our group, right? We've been working on this for a while, years, about loving yourself, about understanding yourself, about how can you have somebody love you the way you want if you don't even know what that is, right? And when I see things where people are like so in their ego and they're so about like, I can't find anybody, and why can't I find anybody, and why do people not show up to dates, and why do people do whatever? It's not, and they're like, I don't know why this is the clue. It's because they say, I don't know why this always happens to me. That is a big clue. If you're saying, why does this always happen to me? You need to really ask that question to yourself and answer it. Why is that happening to me? Why do I keep attracting that? Why am I drawing that to my world? Why is that? Why are those types of people coming into my world? What am I trying to understand about relationships, about who I am? What am I trying to understand? And the second you get it, it'll stop because you're ready for the next thing, right? And so a lot of people don't understand that, and they're so in their ego, and they're so in their, and they don't understand the people that are like where we're at, where we're like, yeah, we're okay by ourselves. We like ourselves. I would love to have somebody next to me, but I don't need somebody next to me. I just want somebody, you know? So I see that a lot right now. And the message I'm getting is y'all have to learn to love yourself before, because the type of love that you're wanting to understand how to be loved the way that you want to know how to be loved. But you're attracting how do you used to think love was, right? So always ask that question. If people are, if you're getting people that are kind of there, but not almost there, or you're getting those people that are, I mean, in any situation, whether it's that even on the first date, you keep getting those people that don't show up, or you started dating them and everything looked good in the beginning and then they don't show up, or you're kind of getting close and then all of a sudden, they separate. You need to ask yourself, why is that happening? What's going on there? What's going on that's happening to me? What am I trying to understand? What am I trying to get from this? Why do I keep drawing in the same people, right? Because you do. You draw in the same people until you just get it, and then you'll start drawing in what you really want. But you got to first know what you really want, and you won't know that until you've searched within, right? So, yeah, enough about that. I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Does anybody have any questions about what's going on? I talked about the virus a little bit the other night. Talked about kind of where we're heading. I was talking to a friend the other day and we were talking about the charity part. So are you going to use IG anymore or just this platform? For right now, so because I'm doing this online and I don't have a lot of time for that, I'm just going to use this platform right now. Yeah, agree. We have both lost two partners and now we want someone different. Right. Exactly. I mean, we all have our different paths, but yeah, we have to like really search within and say, what is it how do we want to be loved? Because it's different for everybody. Some people want that partner that's right next to them all the time, 24/7. They can go to work with them, they can play with them, they can do whatever. And others want to be working so hard because they're very independent, but then when they come together, it's just them two, Or some people like it where they're separate and live separate lives, but they come together every once in a while. Like, it's different for everybody. I do past life. That's what quantum healing, if you look up Dolores Cannon's quantum healing, hypnosis, that's what I do. So I'm a practitioner in that. I went back and got recertified in that. So I'm a practitioner in quantum healing, which is Dolores Cannon's quantum healing. And what that does is takes you to your past, your present life, and your future. Whatever it is that you're trying to understand, because a lot of times we bring some of our health problems or the aches and the pains or the birthmarks and whatever, we'll bring them from the past life, right? We can also bring them from the future too. But with quantum healing, we kind of see where it is that you're trying to like understand and then maybe let go of those past residual stuff. And sometimes it shows up in your body, sometimes it's emotional, right? Why is it that I'm always afraid of such and such? Why is it that I feel so drawn to Ireland? Why is it that I feel so blah, blah, blah? Everybody's story is different. And it's amazing. It's amazing when you connect to your higher self. And then sometimes we connect to beings that are connected to our higher self. I guess I could say it that way. It's amazing. It's amazing. And it will change your life. It will. Not just sometimes I've seen people with a lot of health problems not have any. I've seen people with health problems and then some are taken away. I've seen people with health problems and one's taken away. I've seen people with emotional problems. It's not like Reiki. I put you under hypnosis. So I hypnotize you, put you under, connect you to your higher self. And then whatever it is that I have certain questions that you'll ask that I ask for you. And then we'll kind of go through that. And a lot of times your past lives will come through. Um, and then you'll remember why it is that you do these things. And then when we can get you to understand that you don't need to do these things anymore, you can release that. So um, it's amazing. It's the reason I went and got recertified because I believe in her technique. I mean, I've done many techniques, but I believe in her technique. I really do. I've seen the most promising in her technique. We'll just say that. Like I've seen the most results that stick, right? Um, in that. So, yeah, that's the quantum healing that I do. Um, but my mediumship's never gone away. I haven't done tarot in a while, but I can do tarot. Uh, that's really not. It's just looking at a timeline, looking at your timeline, your most probable timeline. So, and then, of course, astrology I love. So I just kind of dabble in astrology when I can do it. But a lot of my time was taken with the hypnosis. So a typical session with me is usually anywhere between 5 and 7 hours. So it's an all day thing. But it kind of depends on you. It kind of depends on. We don't want to rush anything. We're trying to get enough information. You won't be under this for the whole 7 hours. Um, we'll talk first, but it's usually about 5 to 7. It kind of depends. Usually they'll come in about 8 or 9 in the morning, and then they'll leave about 2 or 3. Um, but it just kind of depends on you. Kind of depends on where you're at in life, and we're not going to rush that. It kind of depends on what you need to understand. you know. And then we have our habits that we bring back, which is why I teach the other tools about meditation. Um, I make my own herbs um, to help with inflammation, to help with migraine headaches, to help with any of that. So, yeah. So it's usually, I would say about 5 hours we can do it. It's an all day thing. Anybody have any other questions? What's going on with you guys? I'm not saying anything. Can y'all still see me? It's cold. Yeah, well, David's up in San Francisco, so it's cold up there. It's cold here too. You broke your wrist. Is it your left one or your right one? Okay. Tammy, are you up north too? Yeah. Right. So this time it was your left. Can it help shed light on the twin flame journey and the past life related? Yes, absolutely. It will do that. Yeah. It'll show you it's amazing. Some of well, every session's amazing. Like there's so many, but every session's amazing how you'll see, like I've seen people who were brother sister in this life, but maybe they were, lovers in another life. but in this life they became brother and sister because they'd already understood the other part of it, but the part that they needed to understand was the brother sister part of it. Their relationship, yeah, crazy, moved to Michigan, then been sick ever since. Yikes. Yeah, I love better cold than hot. Yeah, it'll tell you all relationship. Well, let me just say, your higher self will show you what you need to understand, what's like keeping you doing the same thing over and over and over, and help you like progress forward. They help relieve a lot of your ailments. You love the heat. No, I like the cold. I like to be cold. I like to be cold in a blankie. Um, but yeah, so if it's your left wrist, that's your past. So your right wrist would be your present, but your left wrist. So there's something in your past that you're being really rigid about, that you're refusing to either let go or you're refusing to understand and move through. Yeah. Yeah, you like the cold too? The cold is great. I love the cold. I could be in snow all year long. Like, I love the cold. I left the heat in Las Vegas. Yeah, and then you moved to Michigan. That's a big change. Woo, that's a big change. That's a big change. From Las Vegas to Michigan? Wow. That's a huge change. Interesting. Yeah. So there's something, if it's your left wrist, there's something going on with a situation from your past that's either come up again and you're being really rigid about. Yeah. It's hot there in Vegas. Yeah. Yeah. But again, I'm just going by what I'm hearing. Missing in action. Yeah, I was missing in action. My body can't do the cold. It sucks. Oh, yeah. You just got to stay warm. Yeah, you got all that. Are y'all snowing right now? I have been good. I've had life. We've had this thing happen. We've had some adjustments to make. We have some understandings to go through. Your right knee. Oh, what is it that you're trying to, why won't you move forward in this one area? That's your right knee. Is the info on your quantum healing session? No, it's not. Just, you can email me. I'm at yourpath39 at Gmail. David can put it up there. But you can email me for a session. Yeah. 20s and snowing, shoveled already. Yeah, that's the thing, is you got to shovel all that stuff too. Ugh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And it's a big change going from Vegas to Michigan. Oh, you had it all night last night, the snow. Yeah, I love it though. I'm sorry you don't like it. But then again, I'm not in Michigan where it's going to be daily, daily. I live in Southern California. Okay, I live in San Diego. Like, I'm cold at 55. Okay, I'm freezing at 55. We're like in the Goldilocks time. Like, San Diego's the Goldilocks uh, weather. Like, we can't be too hot, we can't be too cold. You know, if we want snow, we go an hour, to the mountains. If we want sun and the beach, we go 5 minutes to the beach. I had to let family go. Yeah, you're hard with one wrist, none lifting with the other. Yeah, yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to see why you're doing that. I know if it's broken, it's because you're being rigid about something. So you're in contradiction with your higher self, with your bigger self, right? Because you're like, nope, they wear shorts. And yeah, no, I'm a little cold in 55. Yeah, you're being really rigid. You're being like, nope, I know this is right. This is what I'm going to do, da 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 da. But it's in contradiction with your higher self. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, David, for putting that up there. So yeah, my email is yourpath39 at Gmail. If you want a hypnosis session, then you can email me. I have this, you guys know my South, oh, I don't know if y'all know, but my South Node is Virgo. So whenever I get upset or things go wrong or I'm really tired, I'm going to revert to my South Node. And my South Node is like being critical of myself, organizing extra stuff. Like I got to be really organized. Yeah. Well, yeah, it comes out as an accident. Especially that you said it's a fluke accident. That tells me right there. That wasn't like we saw it as the accident. That tells me right there. You're being told something. Like you're actually being told something and you're not listening. You're not listening. But you can listen. You can just sit with yourself and say, all right, what's going on? What's going on with this? Why? Why do I have my left wrist? Like, what's going on? You can meditate or you can come see me and I'll put you under and we'll see what's going on. Why do you keep, and the other thing is that you told me you did one wrist and then the other. So you may have this habit of being rigid. I'm not sure. And by rigid, I mean like once you get something in your mind, you are not going to change it, right? And your higher self is like, no, we have to try to understand a little bit more. We're trying to get bigger. We're trying to understand. We're trying to understand what it is that we want. And you're telling me you want one thing, but we can't get you to that, right? This is crazy. However, I did once go skateboarding when I was younger in Fort Worth in shorts and light. Hold on. Uh, with shorts and light tee in 10-degree. Ooh, yeah, yeah. That's 10-degree weather. That's ridiculous, David. No, 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 no. Yeah, there's something about. Are you giving too much with your wrist and your hand? Do you give too much and then get depleted? Yeah, exactly. Not again. David said it was fun, but nope, not again. Yeah. There's something that you're doing too much of. Ride motorcycle on ice. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah, riding motorcycles on ice, that's scary. That's scary. So you said maybe with the giving too much. Maybe you don't see it that way. Maybe you see it. There's a contradiction there. There was somebody who ordered the other night. I just want to make sure that that they got my email because I did email them to try to schedule. It's one person that didn't respond. So not that crazy. Okay. Yeah, we have to learn to flow. I was just talking to, I won't say who I was talking to because I don't want to like give their stuff out. Needs to tire so much fun on the Great Lakes. Yeah, I um I was talking to someone earlier and we were looking at charts and I was saying that the person, their son can manifest like nobody's business, but that's because that person goes with the flow. They go with the flow. They're like, if they lose it all, they're like, whatever. If I lose everything, I'll just make it up tomorrow. Like that's how going with the flow they do, right? And some of us are so rigid that we're like, no, we can't let that go. No, I have to have my house. No, I have to have my car. No, I have to have my blah, 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 and we're rigid. We're rigid, right? Or their opinion, the way that they see something is like the absolute only way they want to see it, right? But our soul is trying to help us understand how to like flow with this energy. Yeah, Hi. Hi, Maddie. Yeah. For some of us, like I was telling that person, like her child is going to be like doing it forever because it's okay that he loses everything because he'll just make it up tomorrow. Like it's okay. Hi, Sydney from Sydney, Australia. Hi. I haven't talked to Australians in a while. A while. I'm wondering where my UK people are too. Um, and my Norway people and my like I hope that they get this. I know YouTube's not going to push it out very much, but I hope that they see this because I know a lot of people have been wondering where I was and what was going on. I was like you guys, trying to like figure out, okay, the world is changing. What are we going to do? The other thing too is we have excuse me, we have America. America's having their Pluto return, but France is going to have a Pluto return too. That's why we're going to see this globally. Sorry, I'm going to drink my Dr. Pepper. We're going to see this globally. And if y'all know anything about Pluto returns, what was small becomes big. What was big becomes small, right? You can think of that when you're thinking about, okay, what's going to be going on with this Pluto return. I mean, there's a lot into what's going on, what's going to be going on. We're going to be doing this till 2024, 2023, 2024. So this next year, that's why all y'all are feeling something big is coming because, yeah, something big is coming. Um, I know the state affairs and the world is just changing. Um, think about like the Roman Empire, the Roman I guess it was what Republic first, and then it became the Empire. Like it went through its Pluto return during that time, and then the fall, of the Roman Empire. There's been plenty of other empires and big organizations and big countries and big whatever that have um, not fallen to the point of like they're decimated, but fallen to the point where they're no longer the big thing anymore. And then eventually either they go away or they change with the times because that's what Pluto's trying to help you understand. Pluto is here to help us all understand. So wherever your Pluto is, he's trying to help you understand that you can do this on your own, that you don't need someone else. You may like someone else there and their help would be very good, but you like if your Pluto's in the seventh house, the second that you think that you can only survive with a relationship, your relationship's gone. If it's in the first house, I shared to my Twitter, you should share to yours to get out there. Yeah, David has my Twitter. Again, I have to rely on you guys because David won't let me handle any of the social media. He won't let me do it because I get too Virgo, you know? I get too Virgo and I'm like, no, gotta do that. And he's like, no, we're not doing it your way, Cindy. We're doing it my way. You just leave it up to me. You just go out there and do what you need to do and don't worry about any of that. So all I can do, but if David saw, maybe he can put it on Twitter. Um, I was gonna start a Discord too, but again, David's reeling me back. He's like, you're gonna start slow. So I'm starting slow. Yeah, so wherever Pluto's at, yeah, I know. And that was, see, that's the thing about me. I had to learn to like give up my freedom like that. I had to learn to give up my control, right? Because I came from y'all know where I came from, a very strict, you know, medical research, analytical, I dealt with the NIH all the time. Like, I have to go learn to go with the flow. But that Virgo side of me wants to like, and then I have to be like, nope, can't do that. I got to let David handle that. So thank God I have David there, though. Thank God I have him there. Yeah. So what I was saying was wherever Pluto's at in your chart, um, that's meant to teach you like you can do this on your own. You can do this on your own. Save some minute. Exactly. Save some minute. Because I do. I'll get like, I want to help everybody, right? I want to help everybody, but I want to make sure that it's all done or, in in a professional, organized manner, right? And David's like, no, we're gonna do it this way. So, uh, yeah, work, yeah, yeah. This is the thing is I know how to manifest without work, but then I start to work to manifest, and then I'm like, why am I working so hard to manifest when I know how to manifest without work? Like, and that's what David's been like, no, we're gonna do it this way. You're just gonna go have fun. You're just gonna go talk to people. That's what you're gonna do, right? Your Pluto's in the ninth house, right? So the ninth house is about, well, it's about a lot of things, but honestly, the ninth house is like there to help you understand the deeper meaning of things, the deeper, like that things don't just mean one thing, they can mean several things. That's like a really quick thing of, I mean, the ninth house is a lot. It's got to do with astrology and the occult and blah, 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 you know, a lot of that stuff. But um, America has Pluto in their second house, right? Pluto is in Virgo. Eee, that's about understanding others. That's about understanding others, like not being so critical, but understanding others and understanding that maybe you did it the right way, but maybe they didn't do it the right way, but they still got to the point that they needed to get to, right? Where's, oh, it's right here. I have that Gemini side. Y'all should see me when I used to work in my office. I'd have like 5 different drinks because I couldn't decide. Yeah, I always got to have my coffee. Yeah, but America's going to have, so their return, America's return is in the second house. So we're talking about big structures in finance, but not just finance, the value that America was started on, right? So that every man has the right, that every human has the right to equal, to the equal, right? Like that we're all equal and we have that right. And so America's got some big changes coming, but France has some big changes coming. But because we're America, not that we're any better because we're not, but I love my country. But just because I want to make sure that all the other countries that are listening understand, trust me, I know I've lived in other countries. It's an equal balance, yeah. When I went to other countries to live, I didn't really want them knowing I was American. Because I was like, this is not, when I went to other countries, I was like, this is not what we're taught the way that they see us. Yeah, I'm completely blind, so I'm just listening, starting my own channel in November into numerology and astrology, and I do oracle readings. Good for you. Good for you. Start the channel. Start the channel. You can't go wrong. Take a chance. You know, if you're really good at it, you know, plus you're using your sixth sense. If you're blind, you really don't need to see. You can see with your third eye. You can feel. You can, I mean, are we all understanding at this point? Like, did I do enough work in the past where we all understand at this point that we're energy? Are we all understanding that we're vibrating at different frequencies? Are we all understanding that we can manifest like nobody's business? Are we all understanding that the things that are happening in our lives, there's a reason, and what is that, and how are we going to change that, and what are we going to do, and are we all understanding, like, you know, the aches and the pains is because our body's trying to tell us something to like pay attention, our soul's trying to tell us something. You know, are we, that's kind of why I wanted to see where the group's at. Like, is the group understanding about relationships? Is the group understanding about what's going on in the world? Is the group understanding, you know, like, where are you guys? Because I haven't talked to you in a long time. I can feel you, but everybody's different. And so I haven't talked to you in a long time. You know, I mean, do we understand that just because we don't see it, we're all going that way. We're all going that way. Like, I did November 11th, I reached my 100 subscribers. I love all the stuff I've learned it. I'll have to go watch your channel when I get some time. Yeah. I love to go watch everybody's channel, like when I get time. But yeah, I love to. I remember when I was first starting, I knew nothing about YouTube. I mean, I used to do YouTube for how-tos. I knew nothing about it. All I did was like I took Spirit's lead and was like, okay, I'll start channeling. I'll start channeling and I don't know what I'm doing and I don't even know how to I didn't know anything about titles or tags or I didn't know anything. Anything. But I learned, I learned it. You can too, you know. And when you have something to say and you're very helpful, people will listen, right? So um, yeah, are we understanding that there are, different entities and different vibrations and different beings here on Earth? Are we understanding, where we're moving to with the charity? Like I was saying before, we were talking about charity. I was talking about charity with another one of my friends, and we were talking about because I'm a Texan. I told you I'm from Houston, Texas. Well, I'm from all over Texas, but I'm from Houston, Texas. But I have family everywhere in Texas. Like I have a huge family. Anyway, I was brought up, and most Texans are brought up that we always, like I've been prepping food and stuff like that, like since I was a child. Like that's what we do. Like we're just taught to do that. Um, so it's not a foreign thing to me. It's just something that I've always done. Last time I talked to you, you were building gingerbread house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. I was remembering that this Christmas too. You can tell I'm not here much and ask how to share. Yeah, I remember the gingerbread houses. Yeah, I know because this Christmas I was like, oh, I remember when we were doing gingerbread houses. I want to do that. This Christmas I went to see my family, but again, it was kind of like, with COVID and everything going on. Um, anyway, so I was talking to my friend and we were just talking about, like, to me, it's not a big deal. It's just something that I said in passing, but to her, it was a big deal because, and I've said this with other people, like, I have extra food and I have extra things and I make my own herbs and I do all that, but that's just I haven't always made my own herbs, but the prepping I've always done before it was even called prepping. Like we just always have done that. But what she found interesting was that I not only I don't have just enough food for me, I have enough food for my community. Like I have enough food for my neighbors and the little old people that live, five houses down and like I, that's just the way I've always been. Like I don't think it's just and that's what we're talking about charity is like I don't just think of, oh, I better have enough for me. I have enough for, you know friends and family and community, just to make sure that everybody's okay, just to make sure, because two heads are, I mean, I was always taught two heads are better than one, right? And so maybe I have the food, but maybe somebody knows how to do the electricity, or somebody knows how to do the medical stuff, or somebody knows how to do the whatever, or somebody knows how to sew, or somebody knows how to, like, you want a community about it. And so I wasn't doing it for those reasons. She was saying that's more about charity, and I was saying, yeah, I didn't even really think about it that way, but yeah. And I was like, yeah, do people understand? Are you going and checking on your neighbor? Are you making sure, they're okay? Are you, I don't know, opening the door when you go into the store? In the past, it's passed on from grandparents and parents. Yeah, that's how I learned it. It was passed on from grandparents and parents. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not saying we're the only state that does that. I'm just saying that's where I'm from, and that's what we were taught. And so that's what I do, because I just want to make sure that everybody's going to be okay. Especially now with we all knew this was going to happen. You knew the prices were going to rise. You knew the foods was going to, be gone. But maybe somebody knows how to garden. Maybe somebody knows how to. But are you? It is very Aquarian. My ascending is Aquarian. Yeah, it is very Aquarian. But it didn't take anything off of me. It's just like it's part of what you do. I don't know. That's the way I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But just I just want everybody to, and this is what we're talking about. This is where we're moving towards. This is what I talked about the other night. We're moving towards uh, a better place where it's kind and it's giving and it's charity and it's like, I mean, listen, for all good Texases, they have their bad parts too. There's some staunch whatever saying, I worked really hard and you can't have my money. I work really hard and blah 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 blah. There's that too. We have those too. We have them all. You know, we have like, do you know how many times I hear from my Texas family and friends, quick trying to California my Texas? I'm like, I love both of y'all. I love California and I love Texas because I see both. I love both. Like Californians can teach you something, Texans, and Texans can teach you something, Californians. Like you can just be open. Let's be open. Let's be giving. Let's be in a better place. Let's not worry about like, oh, if you take, you're gonna take from me. No, there's plenty. There's plenty. You know, there's plenty. People can grow. There's going to be communities. I mean, I've seen that for the longest time. You can't believe that. I can't be like, oh no, you said I can't be like that. Yeah, I know, but there are some people that are, and that's because they're very, they're scared. They're scared and they don't understand, and they're not evolved to the point where they understand, because they're those people that they only believe in what they see, right? And I can go on about, if you're only believing in what you see, do you understand that your spectrum, your sight spectrum only sees this much of the light wave? There's a whole bunch more light wave that you don't see that's going on. Like, we can get real science about it. And I think that's why my path has been that way, to go into the science part of it first and then come back to the spiritual part of it, because we're now understanding what I've always understood. But now there's like studies behind it, and tools that we can use to actually see what's going on. I didn't need that, but I knew other people needed that, and that's okay because that's where they're evolved too. But like I said before, people are scared because maybe their soul is at the point, right, to think outside the box. But not everybody came into this world knowing, they have to search harder. Maybe they came into this world understanding it's only what I see that I'm going to believe in, right? And we can't fault them for that. And they're not any worse or better than us. We're not any better or worse than them. I'm struggling with this now. I loaned $5,000 to somebody who chose to never repay me. Yeah, that's a hard one because I've seen it, but trying to explain it is not easy because they're stuck in the past. Yeah, I was saying this the other night. Yeah, trust me, it's very hard to talk to somebody from a older generation that just believes that you can work for the same company for 50 years and they're going to do the right thing, right? Like, we're in a very different world. Spread the love, spread the wealth without expectations. Yes, that's it. She's right with that. Like, spread the love and the expectations. This is what I was going to say about you, Cindy. Are your coffee sessions done over Skype or FaceTime? Either one. Yeah. Usually we do Zoom or FaceTime, but we can do Skype too. Like, Skype is a little bit older, but we can do Skype. We can do FaceTime, whichever. Oh, but what was I saying? Sorry. Um, I forgot what I was saying. I was channeling and I forgot. um, Help me, David. I forgot what I was saying. My train of thought went way over here. I know we were talking about charity. I know we were talking about, oh, I'm sorry. You said you loaned somebody, $5,000 and they didn't repay it. The thing is you have to come from a space of, are you loaning that because you're expecting it back? And if so, that person. Like, I know when I loan, I don't loan, I give, right? Zoom is good. Okay. I know I don't loan, I give, because I don't want somebody, and if I can't give, I know how to say no. I know how to say I can't give. right? Maybe that's what you're trying to understand. Um, because I don't loan, I give. Because maybe that person has tried to pay you, like maybe that person is working hard to try to pay you, but things keep coming up in their life and they can't pay you, and then they feel guilty, and then they feel fear, and then they feel whatever, and then they just stop talking, right? Because they're like, I can't do this. I've tried and I can't do this, right? So I never loan, I just give, or I don't give. But I know how to say no. I know how to say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. Or no, I can't give that to you. Because I know that people have good intentions, but it doesn't always come through. And if I'm expecting that, then I'm setting myself up to get hurt. So if I can't willingly give to you, if I can't with my whole heart give to you, I don't give. But that's me. Um, and maybe you're trying to understand, but if this is like a trend in your life of why that's going on, maybe you're trying to understand your value. Maybe you're trying to understand how valuable you are, and when to give and when not to give, and when to have expectations and when not to have expectations. Maybe that's happening, but I wouldn't know unless we talked. Yeah, the balance. Yeah. Listen, we've been not balanced for a long time. Like I said the other night, like all the fear and the um, guilt and the shame. Yeah, don't set yourself up for disappointment without expectations. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. But some people, you know, they have such a kind heart. They like don't know when to say no, right? And maybe that's all that you're trying to understand is, where's my boundary? Maybe you're just trying to understand where your boundary is. Maybe you're trying to understand, okay, I want to give, but I can't because I'm not going to get this back, and I really need this here, right? But where's my boundary? Like maybe that's what you're trying to understand. So, like I said, when I give, I don't have any expectations. If I get it back, I'm like, oh, thanks. And most times I'm like, yeah, it's okay. But um, yeah, without expectations, absolutely. So, what else is going on? Anybody have any questions? Are we all like meditating? Or are we all anxiety ridden? Are we all like really kind of, this is the thing. If I have any Aquarians here, I wanted to go through each sign actually, because I was thinking about your signs today, and I was like, okay, because Spirit was talking to me about the signs, um, and I was thinking about you guys, and I was like, okay, have the Aquarians learned such and such, and has the Cancer learned such and such, and has the Scorpio learned such and such, and has the, Sagittarius learned such and such, and has the Virgo learned such and such. Shoot, I have to take this phone call. Hopefully, you're still here when I get back. Yeah. If not, I will go look at your channel, and see how things are. See how you're doing. Maybe give you a little tip or two. But thanks for coming in. So, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. So you guys tell me. You guys can direct this. You guys tell me. Do you have any questions? Anything going on? Anything you want to know about? Hi, Saddies. Saddies and their temper. Good luck. Yeah, good luck, Maddie. Saddies and their temper. What about Saddies? You Saddies are like ascending. Let me look at the chart here. Hi, Irene. How are you? Yeah, Saddies had a lot of understanding with their temper. Oh, my beautiful Cappies. Yeah, hello. It's been a good while. Yes, it has been. Virgo here. Be easy. The next moon people going to be, yeah, froggy, right? Yeah, it was funny. David was being a little like wanting to argue and fight with people, and I was like, calm down. What's going on? Uh, yeah, Saggies. Well, Sagittarians, have you learned to taper down that temper? Have you learned, and we need help from above? Yeah, we're getting help from above, though. We are getting help. Sagittarians have had to learn to, some of y'all have had to learn to treat people better. Some of y'all had to learn that maybe you thought you weren't taking advantage, but you were taking an advantage. And then some of y'all thought that you were getting taken advantage of and you weren't getting taken advantage of. You just didn't know your boundaries. So basically, your boundaries, right? Yeah. You had to learn. Have y'all learned that? I mean, this was a bad year, 2021. Hey, Amy, how are you? Yeah, 2021 was a learning year for everybody, and 2022 is still going to be learning. The good stuff, I know. Thank you for saying that. The good stuff, like the all the big surprises and the big transformations and all that. Um, yeah, your tempers, Sagittarius. But the big stuff is coming 2023. Gemini had to learn. Okay, I'm going to say this way. You're hanging in there. Good. I'm going to say this way because Gemini understand. Gemini had to learn to stop vomiting with the mouth and really say something purposeful. Like really mean what they say, right? Um, so did y'all learn that? Did you learn that your mouth can get you in trouble? But you really have some good stuff to say because you really are connected and you really understand. It's just that you got it all jumbled up in your head. So you had to learn to like take action and make it a little bit more organized and learn when to sort of be quiet but not too quiet, but understand and say, yeah, you're with the Gemini. Yeah, they can have, yeah. did, did you really understand your value? Because yeah, I mean, did you really understand your value? Because you are valuable, but what you thought was valuable was not really what was valuable to you. Are you understanding your value? Yes, that's Gemini. Yeah, Gemini had to understand that they did mean something, and when they speak, they can be wise, but oftentimes it gets jumbled with everything in their head, and they just kind of like blah, 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 blah. Right? But don't lose the Gemini side. You got to keep playing. You got to keep having fun. They're learning how to communicate better. Yes. 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 Did you learn that, Gemini? Because that's what you were taught. I mean, that was what your learning was in the last 2 years, right? Like when I say something, I mean it, right? Aqua, I kind of want to do Aqua last because y'all are always my first because I love you so much. I love all the signs, right? But I kind of want to do y'all last because, y'all are going to get a little lashing from me. It took too long to communicate it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, y'all can blah, 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 but the real thing that y'all want to say, y'all don't say it. You don't say it. Like, you just let it be. And then you get mad because you let it be and somebody took advantage of it, right? So you had to learn, oh, if I said this and I articulated it well because I can communicate really well, people actually love me and listen. They really do, right? Did you learn that? Are you learning that still? Are you putting that in practice? Like the real things that you feel in your heart, you don't really communicate that. But you communicate everything else, but you don't communicate that, right? And I understand. I do. But that's what you had to learn. And Virgos, did you learn that your way, Aquarius, but best for last, always need to hear some grounded info over for sure. I know. I know. I know. Virgos. Virgo. There was something that I said, I kind of remember, I don't even, like, it was 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't even remember, right? when I said it. But there was something really interesting in the way that Spirit gave it to me is like Virgos being the wounded healers. See how other person feels if you were on their, yeah, in their shoes, right? But Virgo, did you understand that just because your way was a way to do it, that other people's way was a way to do it as well, and y'all came to the same conclusion? Did you understand that just because you think you perfected something, it was only your perception of the fact that it was perfected, but they did it too. They just did it in a different way. So, did you understand about being critical? Did you understand about loving yourself as much as you love the people that can't love themselves? Did you understand that that was important to you? Those are two very big lessons for Virgo. They needed to understand that their openness and understanding of love to help others, because Virgo is very good at loving you until you can love yourself, but Virgo's not very good at loving themselves until they can learn to love, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, sometimes it takes a couple of times. Yeah. Because I kind of have to be a little bit general. That's why I'll say things in a long format because I'm speaking to lots of people, at lots of different levels. So sometimes it takes a couple of times to listen to me. But Virgo had very strong, you had very powerful lessons, Virgo. But oh my God, the love that you guys can give, if you could just give that to yourself, if you could just love yourself because you're wounded too. Your wounds need healing too, you know? Yeah. Who else? Cancer had to learn boundaries. Cancer had to learn to speak up when it was time and be quiet when it was time. Uh, Cancer had to learn to love themselves as well. Yeah. Cancer had to learn that love was not just outside of themselves, but in themselves as well. Yes, yes, yes. This Virgo has been through and has learned to do for me first. Good for you, Virgo. Good for you. But Cancer's had to learn to uh, quit looking for love outside. Quit looking for love outside. Quit looking for the love that your friends and your family and your partners and your da 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 and they had to learn to be happy inside. So, did my Cancers learn to be happy inside? Did my Cancers get some peace? Did my Cancers let go and understand that those people that hurt you didn't mean to hurt you the way that you thought that they meant to hurt you? Do you understand that they were going through their own hell? And it was the only way that they knew how, right? That's what Cancers. Libra, Libra, Libras needed to understand, and I'm not sure that all Libras have understood yet, but Libras needed to understand to take a stance. And that's hard for a Libra when they're weighing everything, right? They want to stay in the middle. They don't want to cause a ruckus. You know, they want to be the good guy. But did my Libras understand that their opinion mattered? Did they understand that um, that you can take a stance for somebody and be okay, that people aren't going to hate you forever? Empaths have a hard time saying no. Yeah, that's a big thing. If you're an empath and you're having a hard time saying no, you've got some learning of boundaries to do before you go try to help people. You do. I see a lot of empaths trying to help people, but they can't even help themselves yet. You need to understand that because you're going to make yourself very sick. You're going to make yourself ill with disease. That's what's going to happen. And your higher self and spirit, source, the universe, they're trying to protect you. They're trying to help you understand that. You need to understand grounding. You need to understand boundaries. You need to understand communication. You need to understand transmuting energy. Can you transmute energy? Uh, like me, I have the empathic ability, right? Do, well, do you understand that when anybody comes into my energy, it doesn't matter whether they give me awful energy, lower energy, higher energy, it's always transmuted to love and comes towards me. So if it comes into my being, if it comes into my energy, it's automatically transmuted into love. So it doesn't matter if you want to do something bad to me, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because it's always my energy transmutes to the vibration of a certain way, right? You guys there? My thing got disconnected. You guys have to let me know if you're still there. Yeah. Yeah. Positive, negative, kind of doesn't matter. Energy is energy. And the teacher is always in line, Guardy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. But for some people, they need, okay. Like if you need, you know, or an empath or psychic, if you need a hat, if you need a brand, if you need a whatever that reminds you, okay, when I put this on, when I put this hat on, I'm completely protected and everything that comes to me is only love, right? But that takes practice, that takes meditation, that takes grounding, that takes work in your life of getting those people out that are, from your point of view, taking advantage, taking your energy, trying to, like, nobody can take my energy. Nobody can take my energy unless I allow it, right? But some people need to, like, okay, when I put this hat on, that's what's going to happen, right? And that's okay too if that's what you need. But you need to practice in that. You need to, like, ground yourself in that. You need to make sure that your chakras are all, going really well. Like, are they all rotating right? Are they cleansed? Are they cleared? Are they, are you doing the work? Yeah, if you allow it. Well, this is the thing is sometimes you're like with your family or your partner or your child, you're going to allow them to do certain things because you think that's okay, right? But when you begin to put boundaries there, then they can't do that anymore, right? But it just kind of depends on the empath. It kind of depends. And that's why I'm saying if you're empathic, if you're an empath and you're trying to help other people, you need to make sure to help yourself before you help other people because you're going to get sick. Hi, Cindy. It's nice to see you again. Nice to see you too, or nice to hear from you. Yeah, because all of that energy, just like I was saying the other night, all that grief and that guilt and that shame and that anger that we were at the level of when I was talking about uh, you know, Hawking's, map of, the levels of what the state of beings that we're at, all of that energy had to go somewhere. Like all of that energy was just sitting here on Earth and we made a virus. We made a virus. Well, guess what? As an empath, you're going to be holding all that energy in. Do you know how to like release the energy? Do you know how to like let it flow into Mother Earth? Let her transmute it. Let us transmute. Your guides are there to help you. Right, let's all walk outside barefoot. Yeah. I mean, you can do that. You can drink green tea. You can eat vegetables, anything to ground yourself. Gemini here started buying Dr. Teal's Epsom salt. I know, exactly, in large quantities. Right. Yeah, I used to say that a long time ago. I still do it. I have everybody that knows me to do it. If you're in the medical field, if you're working with clients or patients or people, groups, whatever, right? If you're working with that and you're an empath, on Friday, you need to take your Epsom salt bath. That's good. That's good. Yeah, Amy's a nurse, right? You're a nurse, Amy, right? Amy's a nurse. You still got to take that Epsom salt bath. Hi, Leslie. You got to take that Epsom salt bath because it'll like realign you. It'll make you feel better. Oh my God, you feel so much better. You do. Because again, you're a very loving person. You want to like give some healing. But do you know to like let that go? Do you know to like let it flow? So good to see you too. Thanks. Do you know to do all that? Do you know like when the full moon comes out and the new moon comes out, use their energy? Like I told you, the universe, surgical, dental, yeah, whew, yeah, that's right. I remember. Yeah, if you're working with patients and clients and your hairdresser, you're in the restaurant business, whatever. If you're working with people, you're probably very caring and very loving and you're empathic because you can feel people, but you need to like clear your energy. You need to realign your energy until you can get it in your being consciously that, okay, when I deal with people, it doesn't matter what they do, I'm going to like, my guides are going to help me first and we're going to transmute the energy into love. So they're going to energize me every time. It doesn't matter what they throw at me, it's going to energize me. It's going to make me feel better. It's going to make me feel good, right? But to get to that part, you have to understand your boundaries. You have to understand grounding. You have to understand how energy flows through your body. This is one thing I did want to talk about with manifestation and energy flowing through your body. It's so funny how, like, a lot of people teach manifestation, and I haven't taught it very much. I used to not teach it because depending on where people were at, they could manifest the things that they wanted, but it would be in circumstances that they didn't want it to come through in. But I think we're all evolved past that, so I can start teaching a little bit of manifestation now. But to even get to the point of manifestation, you have to understand of this is just going to be a different perspective, just to kind of help you. But if you understand that there is no past, present, there is no past and future, right? It's just your now, right? Like it's just your now. Your being is now. There's no time. Time is a human construct, right? But it is within the rules and the laws of the universe. So it is within this space that we can use time to our advantage, right? What we often think about as time is like, oh my God, it's taking too long, or oh my God, that went so quick, right? So we always think of it as a not so good thing sometimes. But if you understand that your being, this is going to sound weird, but your being has gone nowhere. It's in the same spot that it's always been. It's not gone anywhere. Your being doesn't move. It's only through space time that you feel like you've moved. Does that make sense? Like energy runs through us. Energy runs through our being, our bigger being. We're an aspect of our bigger being. We're an aspect of our light. Does that make sense? This is going to be a little different concept to grasp, but let me know if you're understanding that part. So if you can understand that past and future is an illusion. And so that's because our eyes and our mouth and our ears, we hear past, future, right? We see, we're like, well, we have a future and there's no past, right? But we're really just in the now. We've always been in the now. We continue to be in the now. We just have an illusion that we're moving through space and time. Does that make sense? So if you can understand that you are here, you've always been here, you haven't gone anywhere, you just have the illusion that you do, right? Then if you understand that, then you understand that life has moved through you. People have moved through you. The earth has moved through you. The universe has moved through you. Money has moved through you. A house has moved through you. A car has moved through you. You haven't gone anywhere. It's the illusion. It's because our eyes trick us, right? Think about like there's some. I have to put it on. Maybe when I do another screen sometime, I have to put it on where you can look at something and it's like I saw this on TikTok too, and I was like, yeah, that reminds me of this other thing that I used to do, where it looks like the horse. There's a horse walking, and if you see it go backwards, you're like left brain or right brain, and if you see the horse go forward, you're right brain or left brain, whichever. One's one. We'll say backwards is left brain, forwards is right brain, right? And that should give you a clue that your eyes are really tricking you. because some people are going to see the horse go backwards, walking backwards, while others see the horse walking forward. It's a matter of perception. It's a matter of perception. So we're perceiving that these things are separate from us. We're perceiving that the car and the house and the relationships and the family and the earth is separate from us. The buildings and the whatever is all separate. It's not. It's us, right? So the reason, when you can get this concept and this understanding that everything's flowing through you, then you can understand when you're trying to manifest a house or money or whatever. It's not like it's there and you got to go to it. It's like it's always been here and you are it. Does that make sense? It's always been here. So if you can just open up the feeling of what that is that you're trying to experience, whether it's $1 billion, whether it's to be a CEO, whether it's to help humanity, whether it's to have a house, whether it's to have a relationship. If you understand that, if you can open up your heart, open up your chakras, and be that, even without seeing it, because remember, our eyes are tricking us, then eventually you will get to that vibration, and that could be an instant if you get it. Some people it takes some time, but again, that's an illusion because it's always been there. You always were that. You are that. You will be that. Like it's that's all an illusion. So when you can understand that it is just the vibration that you're at, that's where people are trying to, like, people that teach this are trying to say, get to that vibration, get to that vibration and then match it. You don't have to match anything. Nothing has to come to you. It is you. Does that make sense? It is you. It's always been you. It always will be you. You just have to, you just have to like tweak the radio station. You just have to tweak the hertz. You have to tweak it and be like, okay, what is that? What is that? What is that hertz? What is that? Because that's what your conscious is doing. It's trying to figure out, how do I bring that in? You don't have to bring anything in. It's already here. It's within you. Earth was within you. The house was within you. The relationship was within you. It's all within you. It's all flowing through you. That makes sense? Yeah. Yeah, it is. It does take time. I just wanted to give you that base principle just to give you a different perspective, because I know a lot of people want to manifest, try to manifest, and that's the thing, is you don't have to try. If when you get the understanding that it all is you, and that past and future is an illusion. But what do? We think about our past. What's in our brain? Because we're manifesting all the time. You manifest every day. You manifest this earth. You manifest your life. Like, you do it constantly. And why does that seem so easy? Because you don't even think about it. You just do it, right? It's you. So if you can take that energy, you're not, see, I don't like the law of attraction because it's not attracting anything. You're not attracting anything, because the law of attraction would mean that you are separate from this thing. So that's a misnomer. You are not separate from this thing that you are trying with the law of attraction to attract, right? You're not. You are that thing. That thing is you. That way of life, that being, that is you. And a better job, right? Absolutely. So that's why, but this is the thing. Our thought would be like the direction. Our feeling would be the fuel, or the tweaking of the hertz. So our feeling would be the energy that it takes to move from, I don't know, 528 hertz to 530 hertz, or 528 hertz to 528 and a half hertz, right? It's the feeling. And then once you get there, the knowing, right? I cannot believe you are alive. I have such fond memories of your Periscope. That's what everybody said. We had some really good Periscopes. We did. We had some really, really good Periscopes. And I left all that there so that people could see the reruns or see it, because we had some really good times. So That's a lid. Oh, have heard that before. What about the periscopes or about um, the manifesting? Yeah. So like manifesting itself is kind of a misnomer too. Like I don't like those words. Yeah. All right, Amy, we had some really good times. But they like let us play music. We could do whatever and they didn't care. Like rules, right? Yes. Susan Miller. Oh, is that Susan Miller too? Are you talking about the, yeah, manifesting? Hi. Yeah, manifesting is like, but I understand that we have to have words for it or names for it. I mean, labels for it. But I don't like the fact that that's become separate. It's not separate. It is us. So, like the law of attraction would mean that you are attracting something, which it's not. That you're attracting. You've always had it. Does that make sense? Manifesting would mean that we're trying to get to something, which we're not. It's here already. Does that make sense? If it's not coming, if you're not in that vibration, there is a reason in your soul, in your psyche, in your subconscious that we need to clear, that you need to understand. I love listening to you. I'm sorry I didn't read it. I'm so sorry. I couldn't read it. I couldn't read it all. But if you understand that you are that's what they mean by you are the universe. You are it. You are it. You haven't gone anywhere. You haven't gone anywhere. It's not, the earth is not separate from us. Our relationships, they're not separate from us. We're all the same. We haven't gone anywhere. It's coming through us. We're experiencing it through us, right? It's an aspect of the being, of the one. The one has it all, right? Did, did you mean harvesting? Yeah, 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 yeah. When you're in a specific place, there's a reason. Like, what is your soul trying to understand? Harvesting. What is your soul trying to understand? What is the aspect that you're here trying to understand? What are you trying? Your light's trying to get bigger. Your light wants to get bigger. It wants understanding. So, what are you trying to understand? Right? Is it value? Is it boundaries? Is it relationships? Is it, secrets of the universe? What is it? What is it that you're trying? Is it, I don't know, is it astrology? Is it tarot? Is it, hi? Is it, what is it? What is it that you're trying to understand? This is why I like hypnosis, because we can bypass the conscious mind and the ego, which gets in the way sometimes. The ego is good, it's a good thing, but sometimes it gets in the way. And then sometimes your subconscious has habits in there that you needed for that particular area of your life, like when you were a child or when you were a teen or whatever, but you no longer need that, right? So you're trying to move to a different frequency, but your conscious subconscious is keeping you at that same frequency because it has that habit to protect you. Does that make sense? I'm trying to bring two things in at once and I may confuse people. But does all that make sense? I know it's a lot to grasp. If y'all could give me a thumbs up and y'all could share this, that would be great. Again, I'm not allowed to do all of that, but if you could do that, get the word out that I'm back on YouTube, because they're not pushing my stuff because I haven't been on YouTube in years. So it's going to take a couple of times of me being on here, and thank you. And I'm not going to get too Virgo about it and do all the tags and the blah 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 and the because I can't. They won't let me. Yeah, yeah. Does anybody have any questions about that? I just wanted to touch base and kind of give you a different perspective about like how to experience. I won't say how to like get to a place. How to experience what you want to experience, right? And sometimes your ego gets involved and you're like, no, I want to experience that. And then your subconscious is like, no, we're trying to do this and you want to do that. But your ego's like, no, I know best, right? So this is where hypnosis helps. This is where coming to see me helps, where we can just talk, because it could be something simple that you just didn't get for a second. And then you're like, oh, as we're talking, maybe the tarot comes out, maybe the astrology comes out. You know, maybe you're like, oh, God, why didn't I see that? Oh, thank you, Kathy. Yeah, yeah, good, Jamie. I'm glad. Tons of questions, but I have to grasp it. Yeah, just take in the first concept. We haven't gone anywhere. You're a light being. You haven't gone anywhere. Your eyes can only see this much of the spectrum, and there's like a whole bunch of the spectrum that your eyes don't see. And then what your eyes see can sometimes be a different perspective, because does it see the horse going forward or does it see the horse going backwards? What are we seeing? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Amy. Yeah. David can put up the website again. It's simply Cindy. I'm only doing one service. Unless you want a hypnosis, then you can email me. But the hypnosis, I don't do online. This was for online. So um, you can come have a session with me. Come spend an hour with me. Let's talk. Let's see what's going on. Let's see how we can get you from point A to point B. I've been planning a trip to California. I need to come see you. Absolutely. I would love it. I would love it. I see it both ways. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Do you see it both ways? Do you see it one way? Do you see it both ways? That's good. That means it's easier for you not to get stuck if you can see it both ways, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would love for you to come see me. Absolutely. I've seen, like, I've seen so many people's lives changed with the hypnosis. You know, it's why I kept doing it, and it's why I went and got recertified. Because I've seen instant, instant change, like instant. Not everybody, but yeah. Some people have big changes. Some people in New Mexico, yeah. New Mexico's not far. It's not that far. Yeah. But I mean, I've had people come see me from all over. I told you, I'm amazed. I'm like, I can't believe you traveled that far to see me. you know. But San Diego's beautiful. Uh, San Diego's my home. I love San Diego. I mean, there's only a couple places in the world that are as temperate, as San Diego. So, um, yeah, we're kind of wusses with the weather over here. We can't be too cold, can't be too hot. And we like our beaches right down the road and our mountains with snow right down the road. I remember you want to go put in the sun. That's why it took you. Yeah. But yeah, I would love for you to come see me. That would be great. Or if you want to see me online, that's great too. That's why I'm doing the one session, just one service. And you meant no, I have not dated. I have not dated. And then especially when this virus came out, but because I was enjoying I had to come to terms with being a grandma. I told y'all. And then we went into lockdown, but I have not dated. No, I have not dated. I know I'm going to eventually, but, and I know it's coming, but yeah. If you, I think y'all know what I am. I'm ascending Aquarius, and then my sun is Gemini, and my moon is Sagittarius. That's right. You have to leave them. Yeah, I leave them in the corner crying. I have to go. My headphones are dying. Wonderful night. Okay. Bye, Tammy. Thanks for coming in. Me either for 13, 14 years. Yeah. No, so if you know anything about Aquarians, Gemini, and Sagittarius, all three of those signs like to be by themselves. And I have all three of those, like sun, moon, and ascending. Like, I love my time alone. But I know what it's like to have a partner, and I like that too. I'm just I know it's coming. That's all I can say. Like they're not going to tell me exactly when it's coming, but I know I can feel it. It's near. It's probably going to be in 2023. It could be in 2022. Don't know, you know. But yeah. And again, like I said, dating is not the thing right now. It's just not the thing to do right now. Um, for everyone, like everyone should be moving into the space of unconditional love. Like that's where we're trying to get everybody. And when you enter relationships, sometimes, most times, not all, it's about learning lessons, right? It's about learning lessons. Late 2022. Yeah. You know, like you're not the first one that's told me that. A lot of people have said that. Yeah. And so if we had that time where we were learning lessons, where we were learning things, right? And that's not what our focus as humanity. Um, I mean, if you want to be, you know, if you want to be, um, but we need to learn unconditional love. We need to learn to, a lot of us need to learn to love ourselves, right? And so when you learn to love yourself, that part of you, as humanity, we need to learn to love more. We need to learn to open our hearts. We need to learn to be charitable and kind and, you know, like all of that. Like, we can't even be kind to each other. Why are we trying to look for a partner? You know, you can't even be kind on your own. I'm not talking about you specifically, but like you as humanity can't even be kind and generous and loving and giving without expectation, yet you want a partner, right? Like that's what the universe is telling us. And Mother Earth is like, let's heal first. Can we just heal first? Can we heal? And I promise you, you're going to get the love of your life. Right, right. No, that's right. Yeah. A lot of you have health issues because you saw the signs, but you were ignoring them, myself included, like everybody's included, right? Yeah, why is that? Because you're still trying to find love outside of yourself when you need to understand that love has always been within you. So when you stop focusing outside of yourself, which is why I was doing the manifesting thing, when you understand it comes through you and that you were it already, then you can be like, oh, I got it. Heal and forgive. Right. This is the thing, heal and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes. Forgive yourself for doing it wrong every once in a while. Forgive yourself for not seeing it correctly. I mean, like, you need to forgive yourself. Yeah. Neglected by the health industry. There's a lot of that. Yeah. No, why is it that people in the world can't be like that? They're just not there yet. They're going to be there. They're just not there yet. They can be like that. Everybody can be like that. And this is why I need my stuff pushed out because the more people can come to an understanding, the more we can get this done, right? Like the more people come to this understanding, the faster we can progress in that way, right? It's like I see all these people like I want to help humanity. I want to help you. Like I'll tell you something. Like I went under when I went under in my hypnosis. Um, one of the because I've been under several times, but one of the big messages that the practitioner asked was um, one of the big messages that came through. I mean, they asked about the virus and what was going on and all that stuff, but then they asked, what was a big understanding that humanity needed to understand, and the answer was that we're not going to do it separately. We're going to do it together. And I think about that because I think I got big gray wrench. That means I can delete YouTube channels. I don't know what that means. But the thing is what the beings were saying was that, and I see this like we have tarot readers, we have astrology, we have da da da, we have all of these people, but they're all doing it separately, right? We need to come together. We need to do it together. We need to like be willing to like uh, have people come together and then make the big movement. It's almost like the spiritual community is working, but they're working separately and they need to work together. Like they need to bring groups together because together is the way that we're going to do it. We already learned what it's like to be separate. We already learned what it's like to have an identity separate from the whole. What we're trying to get to is getting back to the whole, but keeping an identity, a balance in that. Does that make sense? So that may have been part of why I wasn't able to like do my YouTube channel too, is because we were all thinking separate. We're all like everybody's got their own thing going. Everybody's got their own, and we need to do it together. And that's what I was told under my hip. Yeah, like we're so much more powerful and can get things done together. But people have their egos. Well, what if she makes more money? What if he makes more money? What if they're saying it wrong? Where da 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 da, and your ego gets involved. We already know what it's like to be have your own identity and be single, right? We already know what that's like, right? We need to understand togetherness. We need to understand how to work together. We need to understand how to work together as a spiritual community. We need to understand how to work together as a country. We need to understand how to work together as a town, as a city, as a state, as a country, as many countries, as the globe. Like, we need to understand how to work together. That's what we're trying to understand. That's what we're trying to get through. That there's a way to do it where everybody has their identity, but they're part of the whole as well. Does that make sense? I, do you really want to hear what I think about a UBI? I think that we're moving towards a UBI. I think that we are moving towards a more charitable place, but that's going to like really offend some people. I appreciate everything done for all of us to help us grow from within ourselves. Right. I think that, like I said the other night, like there should be nobody without a roof over their head. There should be no one without food in their belly. There should be no one. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, we have such technology. We have such understanding. We have such abundance. Why? 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 I don't understand, right? Like, there should be no reason for that. And like I said the other night, I'm not the only one saying this. You look at Elon Musk with his Neuralink and the blah, 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 and then Jeff Bezos, and they'll tell you where the future is going. The future is moving into, we're going to come to a place where you can actually create, where you're not worried about, do I have to go to work? Do I have to pay my bills? Do I have to do that, right? We're moving to a place where we can actually have critical thinking and create. There's such beautiful things in the future that we can create. We need to get there. But we can't do that when everybody's worried about, do I have food for me and my family? Do I have a roof for me and my family? Do I have da 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 da? Do I have da 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 da? Right? But everyone, that is a God-given right to have food, to have shelter, right? Just like to have the air to breathe. Like that's a God-given right. And when like back then we needed to understand what it was like to survive. We don't need to just survive anymore. It's time to strive. It's time to live. Is that going to happen overnight? No, because we have, we have like, we have a dichotomy going on, right? We have the yin and the yang. So you're always going to have those people that, well, you won't always, because we're going to get to that place, but you have those people that are like, no, you can't take from me. No, I've worked too hard. No, I've done too much. No, you can't take from me. No, well, they did it to themselves. Well, they should have done better. Well, blah, 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 blah. It's all that. That's what I feel. Sorry, that's just the way I feel. We are absolutely going to do this. We're absolutely going to do this. Why do you think we have the Pluto return? And why do you think Pluto's in everybody's soul, everybody's chart? Because we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And those that aren't with the times, well, I guess they're going to choose not to do it with us. And that can go in several different ways. Either you pass on to your light and you understand more, or you come to an epiphany and start understanding, because that's where we're going. That's where we're going. I mean, like I've said before, Elon Musk has already said too, like the McDonald's and you are amazing, we are connected, all of us. We are all stars connected. Right, exactly. We're all one. That's the thing. When somebody's saying, no, I've worked too hard and you can't have, I mean, just 20 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, I was saying, no, we're all it. That's like, we think we're separate, but we're not. You're not taking anything from me. I'm not taking anything from you. It was ours to begin with. It's always been ours. Like, when we can help people understand that, it'll be a better world, right? But that's what we're trying to get to. But in order for that to happen, the tower has to come down, right? We have to have the tower card. We have to have chaos, and we have to have transition, and we have to have, thank you so much for your energy. You're welcome. We have to have the tower card where things come crumbling down, and we get to the foundation of things, and we understand better, and then we build to a new place. And that's what we're going to be doing in 2024. I love how you explained that. Thank you. Have a good night, Cindy. I have early morning. Love you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I love you too. But yeah, that's where we're going. Like, we have to, right, the death card, the rebirth, the Scorpio, the Pluto, right? We're going, yes, we're going in that direction. We've been moving in that direction. It's just that our focus is there now. And some of us, depending on where you're resonating, you'll feel it. You'll feel it more than others, right? No, we're all cool. We're all cool. We all have our talents. Trust me, we're all cool. We're all amazing, amazing beings. Like I said before, and I really, really mean this. We're meant for amazing things. You are meant for amazing things. There are so many amazing things that you're meant to do. And you're okay, and you're going to do it. You are. You're going to do it. I don't have any doubt that you're going to do it, right? We are all the cool kids. We are all the cool kids. That's true. We are all the cool kids. But we're meant for amazing lives. We're meant for amazing things to happen. You're meant for amazing things. So let's start living that amazing life, right? Let's start living that amazing life. But it starts with loving ourselves, loving humanity, loving the ayahuasca. Is that what you've done? It's loving ourselves, loving humanity, being kind and understanding to those that don't understand. So, they may come at you with fear and regret and hate and whatever. Like, if y'all haven't gotten over that part, you're just not in my group yet. You're just not in my group yet. Like, that stuff is so mundane and old. Come on. Like, we're better than that. We're better than that. Like, you should know this by now, You should understand this by now. Now, do we have habits? Absolutely. And are we we have genetics. Remember, we have genetics too. So we have, what our forefathers did, what our great-grandparents did, what our great-great-grandparents did, and we're trying to break those chains. We're trying to break those those thought patterns and those things because they're in our genes and we're trying to change that, right? All of y'all are here for that. If you're born in this time, you're here to break that stuff, right? You're not any more special than anybody else, and some people are trying to break it and some people are not. No, we're all breaking them. We're all breaking different things in our genes, but we're all breaking them. We're all going to do it. But if you're not, like, if you're still in that, you're just trying to break that. You need to come like this way. Like that stuff is so old and dogmatic. We are the essence of the trees. You can feel it by the wind. Yes, you can see it in the beauty of nature. Absolutely. Everything that runs through us. That's what I used to say when I used to channel and say, like, the car is coming through you, the house is coming through you. Like there's only so much energy that can come through this aspect, right? Like you got to clear out and make room for the other parts of you that you want to have, right? Because only so much runs through this aspect. I'm not talking about your light being. Your light being can take it all. Your light being has it all, actually. Your light being, your essence, yourself, which is all one, we have it all, right? We're just, from this aspect, trying to resonate at that experience. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. Palm trees were showing me today about their power in the wind. Yeah. See, you may be trying to like do kinesis. Your brain may be trying to look at kinesis in a different way, which, I mean, yes, 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 working on it. You helped me get where I am today. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Thank you. They talked. Yeah, well, a lot of things talk. You just have to listen. And they don't necessarily have the same language as us, different things, you know. It's funny when I do mediumship and people ask me, do you speak to animals? And I'm like, well, yeah, I speak to, I understand all of them, all beings, because it's just a different frequency and a different language, you know. It's not one or the other. It's just your antenna at a certain frequency. That's what it is. I happen to have that talent. I'm not the only one, but I just happen to have that talent where I can tune my frequency. I can tune into other dimensions and other realities and other beings and other, you know, I have that ability. I brought it from other lives that I had, physical lives that I had, and I did it for this time, right? I brought it this time for reasons so that people can understand that we can all do it. We can all do it. You just have to be practiced. Like I used to say, um, I mean, I guess you can put a label on it, a starseed. I'm more of an indigo, but it doesn't matter. It's all of it. Yes, we all are it. You know. She said you're a starseed. I don't feel like I came from other planets just to come here. I feel like, uh, yeah, no labels needed. Absolutely. But when people want to understand, more of the indigo part. You are many beings from many life. Exactly, like a lot, a lot of lifetimes, but not here, not just here on Earth either. Yeah, we're all stars. Remember, we're all it. It's it. Like, when you're manifesting, you're not trying to get anywhere. You already are it. Now just get the feeling so that you can tune to that particular frequency of experiencing that. We're all, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We all have different things that we're different aspects because we're all different aspects of the same being. We're different aspects trying to understand different things and experiencing different things. That's what we're doing. What are the characteristics of indigos? Indigos, we don't like authority figures. Now, remember, I'm an evolved indigo now. Like, but when I was young, we're also we come in with a lot of gifts. Like, you can be like me. Like, you can be a claircognizant, clairaudient, clair blah blah blah. Have all the clairs and be a medium and da 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 da. Like, you know, we have an advancement that a lot of people don't see, but we needed that. And we don't like authority at all because we were made to come in here, especially like the first waves. We're made to come in here and go into the depths of hell and not listen to authority and and make our stance and say, no, it's not going to be that way. Like, we're going to do it this way. Like, the way that you're doing it is old and it's out of date. And no, we're not doing that. Yeah. Yeah. I have a video on my other channel, on my Your Indigo Path channel, about indigos. So, yeah, we're meant to lead with light. But a lot of indigos, there's a lot that made it, but there's a lot that didn't make it. There's a lot of indigos that didn't make it because the one thing with indigos is that we know we're not from here. Like when I was born, things confused me. We know we're not born here. We know we're not, I mean, we know we're not from here. This isn't our place. We came to help. And so we have this yearning to go back. We have this yearning. Like it's a big yearning. Like you can even ask David. He's like, calm down with that. I must say, I sense a change coming with the world. No more government. Hold on a second. No more government. I sense the aliens are coming uh, to create change. The aliens aren't coming. The aliens have been here. They've been here a while. Like they're watching. They're doing. They're integrated. They're hybrids. They're plenty of those. Like they're not coming anywhere. They've been here. Um, as far as government, yeah, that's going to change. It doesn't mean the government's going to go away. It's just going to be the change. Remember, Pluto, especially for America and France and everywhere around the globe, like what was big can become small. What was small can become big. I'll give you an example. Big Pharma, right? Big Pharma is huge, right? But what just happened? Mark Cuban just started selling medications uh, to go against Big Pharma. Mark Cuban is a small little thing. Big Pharma is huge compared to Mark Cuban, right? But we don't know. Mark Cuban may become big. His company may become big because he's only going to charge 15%. That's it. Like 15%. So what I'm seeing is like, or what I saw actually, like one cancer drug that costs $9,000 a month is only going to cost $49 a month. Indigos are meant to break down structures in society that cannot stand in the world to come. Do not stand for nonsense. Yes. And we're really, really, we're like Scorpios this way, where we know when somebody's full of, like we know it. Immediately we know when you're not telling the truth. Before you even open your mouth, we know you're not going to tell the truth, right? Don't want farm anything. Right. Right. But what I'm saying is like that's an example of, oh, we see the possibility of maybe Mark doing starting to do the right thing, right? Where we're going to get to where it's not even going to matter. But maybe this is like a way to start it. But that's what I mean. Like small things can become big things can become small. So big, huge government. We're actually not the government. We're a corporation. Okay. So big, huge corporations can become little corporations. Little corporations can become big corporations, right? But it depends because it's our return, because it's America's return, and our initial birth was founded on equality, founded on the right to do what we wanted to do. Like every man has that right, right? I mean, it's in our Constitution. So if you just look at the Constitution, whatever's not working, Pluto's going to be like, psh, that's gone. Pluto will come and destroy things, right? So that's what I mean. Like, and we're in the Tower card right now. Yeah, I sense something big. Yeah. So 2022 is going to be a little bit, it's going to be like 2021. It's more of like, okay, the continuation of ending things that we need to end. Native Americans, yeah. But 2023 is when 2023 and 24 is when we really like get the big things rolling. Like you'll see the work that you've done. You'll see the big different structures, right? So 2022, I know we're tired. I know everybody's tired. I know everybody's, like, should I take the, whatever? Should I not take the whatever? Should I wear a mask? Should I not wear a mask? Like, y'all are fighting over the wrong thing. You're fighting over the wrong thing. you should be looking at something else. That's not what you should be fighting about. Like your focus is not where it should be. Where it should be is how can we help humanity? How can we work as a separate individual in a group? How can we do that? Because we can do it. We had to learn what it was like to be individuals, but we already know what it's like to be the group from our essence, from our higher selves, from our being. Now we know we need to learn how to balance and have equalness in that and everyone work together, right? Because again, it's all scattered. Know what I think is right, know what I think is right, know what I think is right, know what I think. That's what everybody's saying. And it's not about what's right or wrong. Spirit's like, y'all are looking in the wrong direction. You're looking in the wrong direction. Come put your focus over here. Quit putting your focus here. Put your focus over here, right? Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you a different perspective. Thank you. I'm here to help you understand a different perspective. That's what I'm here to do, right? What each individual was wrong to the group, right? And peace inside us, right? Because don't you want peace? Don't you want love? Don't you want to just not have to live in anxiety and anger and guilt and shame? Like, don't you just want to relax? Don't you just, you can. Like, I mean it when I say this is a big message. The big message from Spirit is like, you guys are meant for amazing experiences. You're meant for amazing things. You're meant to create amazing things and have amazing ways of life. And, you're cutting yourself short, you know, whether it's because you don't believe in yourself, whether it's because you don't value yourself, whether it's because you allow other people to take from you and then you have a contradiction because they took from you and now you feel bad, like whatever it is, you're meant for amazing things. You're not meant to just come here, have a life, work all your life and then die. You're just not meant for that. You're not meant to do that. So why are you keeping yourself from it? Why? That's why I do my work. That's why I do the hypnosis. Because I can think about it, why, but it's not until I get to my higher self, to my subconscious, that I'm going to really get the answers. Otherwise, my ego is going to be involved. Be like, well, of course I'm going to do it this way. Well, of course I'm going to do it this way, right? But when you can get to your subconscious, when you can get to your higher self has wisdom beyond, like wisdom beyond. Like most of the things that because I'll listen, you listen, because I give you a tape, a audio of your session. And so obviously I had an audio of my session. And when I go back and look at it, I'm like, whoa, that's not what I thought was going on. That is nothing what I thought was going on. And that's because my ego is involved, right? It's not until I'm channeling or until I'm under that we can get the real answers because our egos are involved. And there's nothing wrong with your ego. Your ego needs to be there. But sometimes we need to bypass the ego and just speak to your higher self. Just speak to the universe. Just speak to, the conscious, and that's why I do that work, and that's why I won't do it online, because you can do it I won't do it online. I want to be with you. We need to see what's going on, and we're going to get you to move forward. You're going to be okay. You're going to do your amazing things. You're going to do it. We're all going to do it, right? All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, I promised I wouldn't stay on here too long. And it's kind of already been a long time. And I know it's getting late. Ego can create too many boundaries. Yeah, right. I mean, listen, back in the day, we needed our ego. We needed to be protected. We needed to be, because with everybody in anger and shame and guilt and all that, you got all that energy that you're at. We're not there anymore. We're over here. And we're going to get to, we need to get from courage. Remember what I told y'all with the 200? We need to get from courage to acceptance. The 200 to the 250, that's a hard leap. But once you get to the acceptance, like love, unconditional love is going to come easy, right? Great stuff. Thanks for coming back out here. Yes, and I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Again, if you can share this, whatever you can do to help me out, that would be great. Um, I'll do, because I'm not going to do videos. I'm just doing lives. And I may do a live on my other channel, which is Your Indigo Path. Do you see anything specific coming to me soon? Yeah, I won't answer those questions tonight. I want to keep it very general. Can we schedule hypnosis or tarot at any time? So if you want to do hypnosis, you have to come and see me at my place. Like you have to come to San Diego. But if you want to come have coffee with me and do it via online, David, you can put my website up, but it's Simply Cindy, and it's CINDI.com. So simplycindy.com, you can order a session with me. And if you want some Reiki, Cynthia is very good at Reiki. Oh, and you, listen, Aquarians, I'm gonna talk to y'all later because I gotta get off now, but I'm gonna talk to y'all later. But I need y'all to like, see, I can't curse, but only the Aquarians would understand this. Let me just tell you this one thing, Aquarius. I'm gonna need y'all to care. I'm gonna need y'all to like connect back to your feelings and care. Because I know they're doing it wrong. I know how you feel about it. I know. But I'm gonna need y'all to care. Okay? And that's the one thing I will tell y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to connect back to your feelings, and I need you to care. I need you to be like, okay, I'm gonna be understanding and I'm gonna care. Okay? Because y'all are so disconnected. Y'all are like, let them, like an Aquarian is like, let them blow up the world. I don't care. I'm going to need y'all to care. I'm going to need y'all to connect to your heart. I'm going to need you to connect to your heart. I'm going to need you to connect to your emotions. And I'm going to need you to be really strong and really powerful like you are. And I'm going to need you to give that Aquarian try. And we'll talk later about what you need to do next. But for right now, could you just please connect? Because the earth and humanity needs you. Okay? Don't matter if they did it wrong. It don't matter if they're looking at the wrong thing. It don't matter if you know better. I know you do. I know. But I'm going to need you to care. I need you to connect to those feelings. Yeah, right? I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much for coming and being with me tonight. I love you guys so much. We're going to do this. We're going to do it. Like, we're going to do it. I already know we're going to do it. We just got to go through the tower. Okay? Love you. Talk to you guys later. I finally made it to see San Diego. Yeah. Love you. Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night. Love you. I'll see you guys soon, okay? The age of Aquarius be without the Aquarians, right? I know. And isn't it just like the Aquarians to not show up to their own age? Great to see you too. All right. Love you guys. Bye.